Warning: viewer discretion is advised. This channel and its content are not intended for anyone under 13 years of age. If you are under 13, please turn off this video. The following may contain material not suited for viewers under 13, such as coarse and suggestive language, tobacco, drug and/or alcohol references, simulated/fantasy violence, and adult situations. Additionally, this channel and its contents are not intended to be a replacement for proper parenting. Don't allow viewing habits to interfere with personal responsibilities and relationships. Constructive criticism is encouraged, making for better content. Jokes are jokes, albeit immature ones. Please watch responsibly. Thank you.
It's colossal, it's stupendous, it's conspicuously incredible! Hurry, step right up! Hey, Sonny, you wanna give it a try?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Conspicuously Incredible Gaming. I am your host, Mike. So, it's going to be a coin toss of whether or not this will be 29 or this will be the finale. It's one of those things like, it's either going to be harder than I think, or the way I go through it and give it a try, I might just might beat it. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alrighty. I absolutely love that some of my effects are doing that thing again. Oh well. Alright, let me... Now, I must not have saved... I thought I did. I must not have saved, like, when I got back into town. I must have just saved it, like, before I got to the boss. And then, like, warp... Either way, like, all I did was just warp back out. I'm back. So I gotta do a little bit of, re-upping, reworking. Topping off, as it were. Alright. See, I'm not even sure if... Okay. Because the big problem was... And I probably... come on. I probably could have done this, like, off camera. Oh well. It's like, I need all of this that I can get. So I just completely ran out of that. Give it another minute or so. Thank you. Should be real quick to... There it is. Yep. So this shouldn't take much. Okay, so I did. How many soft do I have left? That should be plenty to get out of there. Cabin, house, tent. Alright. So apparently the strategy is I don't have flare because I don't have the black wizard. Let's see, I don't have flare because I don't have the black wizard. I do have holy. I believe that's the fade. So essentially I'm either gonna have to just hit him with both of those, but I've got to keep him from using that heal, that cure spell. So somebody's going to have to cast silent or mute on him, if it'll even work. You know, like... And again, I'm just going to brute force this. Let's see where this gets me. Damn it. Forgot to turn the turbo off of that button. I mean, some of this should be enough, but see, the thing is, yeah, I'm hitting these guys for 200, 300, 400, but I wasn't hitting chaos. I was not hitting chaos for nowhere near that amount, so... Damn it. I forgot where. Yeah, I forgot where everything was. It's been a couple of days. Trying to figure out what game to play next, quite honestly. I believe this was the... Yeah, this was where I... Son of a bitch. Come on, I didn't have this much of a problem with it earlier. Let's get the hell up out of here. Bad worm. Really, all I gotta do is make sure not to use any magic. Just get through the place. What the shit? There was no extra way, like, back up there. Really, every one of you gonna take your turn now? Alright, let's try this one more time. Just trying to remember how the hell to get up there. Unless, I think, I believe it was that door in the bottom. And yeah, this isn't quite so random, or it's pre-generated up to a point. But yeah, the only problem being is all this is doing is taking me right back over here. Nope. Here we go. I don't know if it's gonna let me run from this or not. And now that this has popped up, but I mean, this is kind of more of a general, like, sub-type, I don't know. I'm just hoping I can get through here and not have to fight all four of the fiends again. Okay, there it was. Come on, damn it. I love how they just all get a turn on everybody's ass. Can we still get the hell up out of here? Like, shit, I should have saved it. Alright. This shouldn't take that long. If they keep doing that. I mean, that should be more than enough. That's gonna do anything, though. See, he's the only one I think that has mute. Unless he also has it. Check. I did give him mute. He won't run though, will he? I mean, probably will now that there's only one enemy there. I'm just trying to milk this a little bit because I really don't want to use the items too much. But this is going to take forever though. All I really need is enough to get them back. So just for some reason you won't run from these. These damn wolves are the ones that need to be dealt with. Yeah, I did not think he would take care of that thing on his own. So we're left. So yeah, I don't think I have to fight him again. I hope I don't. I'm not running into much anything else. Come on, damn it. Yeah, I wish I knew for sure what it was I couldn't run from and why. I guess anything like this, like an elemental, I don't know. It does seem very ambiguous as to what I can run away from and what I can't. It's something like this I should be able to just walk away from. I believe it was down here, which I believe this is where the first one was. So I guess I will find out. On the next exciting episode of The Price is Right. Save this real quick before I end up hitting this. Oh, it is a marathon, you son of a bitch. Well, this one isn't too bad to... Too hard to hit. Too hard to... Son of a bitch. You know what, since I saved that, let me try that again, actually. Maybe pop that off. Fuck. Guarantee you I can't run from it. Alright, let me try that one more time. Like I said, I doubt I could run from it. And if not, no. So I think I could hit it with slow. Fuck, first thing out the gate. I think that would work either. And of course, again. Just in time for damn nothing, huh? Alright, whatever. I'm not running through these. Let's get out of here. Cat claw ain't doing shit. And I didn't save it either. And I forgot, I think it was only the wizards that could use the cat's claw. Alright. We're done with that. I'm really not trying to stick around and, you know. Probably actually should. So that was 2 down. And here's the thing, like, I doubt highly that even the mute is going to work on Chaos because it's a boss. So, like, I mean, I seriously doubt trying to debuff him is gonna work. I would have to hope for a round of buffing my characters and then just straight out hammering the shit out of him. Without also getting flattened. So I don't know. Okay, that's 3. Oh, terminate him. See, he is not doing all that good either on his damage. Let me load. Of course, obviously. Alright, I'll do that. Boy, that sucks. Oh, not yet. There, that should do it. Nope. Well, good. If all you can pop off is the ink, then... I mean, okay, you'll blind me, but whatever. You're not doing nothing but spraying your goo around, so... That should do it. Really? All you had to muster was 29? Wow. Really? There we go. Finally. Right, well, the next one's gonna be even more of a pain in the ass. So, boy, that is not leaving me much option, is it? At least get those out of the way. I mean, ice, lightning, fire, because those ain't gonna do hardly half of nothing. Ah, you shit. At least I saved it. Come on, damn it. That was okay, Tiamat. That's still ain't hitting him for much of nothing, is it? Oh, alright. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Come on, will one of you sons of bitches move? Oh, didn't do much. I still doubt that any kind of debuffs on these bosses is really going to even work. Nope. Not at all. Son of a bitch. Now it works. After the damn fact. You would pop off that spell. There, damn it. It's probably only gonna last like a turn, though. As I said, I don't want to use up all the other spells until then. That's the only other thing is there. Alright, so let's see. Well, let's make sure save real quick. Let's get everybody. All of those. So save it there. Alright. Well, like I said, I think it's alright. So see where this gets, because... Here, 6. Yeah, temper his sword. Temper his sword. Hit him with the mute. Fuck. Didn't think that would work. Alright. So he needs, and then magic. Temper your own shit, I guess. Hit him again with that fade. Paralyzed. I've got no more as far as I don't think anything else is gonna work though. Watch him kill him, though. Yep. The only one that can do jack shit about anything. And that fire ain't helping either. He would snap out of it, he'd be useful. Yep. Just sit and duck. 39. Come on, get a good one on him. Come on. See, this. And dead. And dead. Alright. So I don't think that the see, that still doesn't do much to him. Already with that. Yeah, it's already with that. It's nice if it worked, but no. I doubt that'll work. Nope. Did not think so. They're starting to work. It's probably not gonna. Nope. So it doesn't seem like any amount of debuffs are gonna work on him. Let's see. Some more of him probably. They get that popped off too. God. Well, it seemed like that wore off, didn't it? It's not doing much. They got almost. Damn it. Come on. Oh, needs a couple more hits on him. At least it's slow. It ain't gonna hurt me too badly, but just enough to get a couple more off. But watch him hit that damn cure though. There we go. Holy shit. Look at that shit. Yep. Everybody run now. Everybody run. Bye-bye, bitch. Okay, so this, I guess, is the finale. I was sure I'd have had to come back in and whoop its ass again. Alrighty. Well, like I said before, this one was kind of like my white whale. This is one of them that just been bothering me for years to try to play. As I say, don't tell me we have to actually fight Garland, and Chaos wasn't a manifestation of all of them together. I mean, it's obviously the end game, it looks like. It never happened. So I remember my friend Cosmic Kitsuname telling me this first one, essentially the story was just Garland whooping their asses for all of eternity. Is this the end game, or is this another? Or do I actually like gotta go? I don't know. Yeah, he's talking about me. I am the Light Warrior. The man with the plan with the NES controller in his hand. Boy, if this ain't very EGA. all that time to draw all that in. It looks like that was it. So yeah, like I said, I've said to a few people, and a couple of videos here lately have gotten comments on. I've gotten a couple of comments about, oh, the old or the OG version is so like outdated now, and this, and I get it. I know there's all kinds of hacks and quality of life, and there's so many remakes and remasters and re-releases now. But at least with this one, like I said, I got a hold of the cart years ago. This had to have been like 96, maybe late 96, early 97. And it was just one of those things because I had never really had experience with RPGs at that point in time. I mean, this even predates when Final Fantasy VII came out, I believe, or just about that time. I didn't even know about Final Fantasy VII till later, and then I had that whole thing of because when I saw it, I had a big thing against anime back when I was younger. I have no clue what it was. Well, I do have a clue. I think it was Sailor Moon, or should I say my hesitancy to give a shit fucker a damn about Sailor Moon. I'm older now, like I get it, and it's actually watchable now. But when you're, I know a lot of people remember that shit like toward the mid late 90s. I swear I think I saw that shit on TV as early as 92, but I could be mistaken. I couldn't get behind the way it was drawn. I couldn't get behind the what we now know some of the shitty Canadian voice actors and the weird accents. But this was also a time when, girls were icky, and anything that was like totally built for girls, especially like because they thought boys were icky too, and little boys at that point in time, we couldn't go anywhere without girls reminding us of that. And so the whole girl power, hee hee, whatever, was enough to piss off 10-year-old me. I swear it was before that, right around there. Either way, like, I swear I remember seeing it as early as like 91, 92, but some estimates put it at like 95, 96 when it actually showed up here. I don't know. Mandela effect, It wasn't until later that I realized, like, hey, I actually do like Mega Man, which I found out was Rockman, and especially Mega Man Legends, Rockman Dash. And I'm like, wait a minute, this was anime, or well, this was Japanese, which in turn make anime, and I'm noticing a lot of similarities as I'm going back. I'm like, wait a minute, if they make this and I like this, but they make that, but I like, what else do I like that I find they've made? I mean, practically almost everything on the NES at that point, even we didn't get a Super Nintendo. My mom was one of those parents, she wasn't even going to buy us a Nintendo, and when we were bought one Christmas of 92, Mom was like, well, y'all better enjoy that because that's the only damn thing your guys are getting. I ain't going and immediately upgrading. You know, there was no point, at least in her mind. I even tried like mid 90s, mid to kind of, right after like 95 or so. I heard there was a place downtown, and This was before the collectors, before the, any of this shit really, got like real popular to collect and to hold on to. Oh, if you could go to the store down here, you could pick up a Nintendo game for $5 a piece. So I went home and I told my mom, like, yeah, some at school were saying you go down to this place here and pick these games up, they're like $5 a piece. Oh, well, they're probably stolen at that price. So she just didn't bother. I'm looking back on it now going, anyway, to go back, I borrowed this one from, basically was my friends of my grandparent. Well, so my grandfather's brother, which would be, I guess, my great uncle, was married to this woman that turns out her sister lived down around town, around where my grandparents were living. And so they had gotten together, hang out, this and that. I don't really even know how they met, to be honest, or any of that got started. But he had this like Tupperware, not Tupperware, Sterilite, I guess. This was back in the day, though. It could have been Tupperware for all I know. The big plastic bins. I mean, a big ass plastic bin of nothing but NES cards. Dude, there had to have been. There had to have been almost 200, if not more, in that bin. And I had asked about borrowing a few, and just we had an NES, and that kid, I don't know what he'd rather do. Funny story is, when I moved in with my grandparents after some personal stuff happened, my grandparents had rented out the log cabin house they were living in, and they had put a single wide out on the same property. They were getting up there in age. It was easier to take care of that, and because they owned the house, and they let those people move in. This boy, I swear, he had NES, he had PlayStation, he was given a computer, all this and that. I mean, stereo CDs. He had all this neat, cool shit that I wish I'd have had as a kid at that age. Go outside one day, and I'm kind of kicking around the machine shed, or where my grandpa kept the lawnmower, and I almost trip on something. And I look down, and I see what at first looked like a ham bone. If or like like when you slice ham into ham steaks, you always get that circle bone. I'll do that anyway. Yeah, now I made you look. Anyway, it looked like a bone, a slice, So I reached down to pick it up, and I kind of thinking, what? I guess maybe they fed, threw a ham bone out here. I look down, and it's a piece of PVC pipe, about inch and a half, something like that, inch and a half uh, diameter. Maybe even been a 2-incher. And I start to reach down around, and I can't seem to find the bottom of this thing. So the first thing is, I know my grandpa's gonna flip shit. He's gonna flip shit even harder if he goes to mow the yard and hits that thing with the blades. So I'm like, I gotta call him out here and get this taken care of, because that's the last thing I want's for him to be even more pissed. We get out there, and he's like, well, damn, how'd that get down there? And he tried to dig around, and he just got a claw hammer and got in there and started digging it out. He pulled this son of a bitch out. It was like 1.5 feet long. And the only one that would have done it or could have, because, I mean, I don't. I knew not to do stupid shit like that. My sister did not have the physical capability to do shit like that. And their daughter was younger than my sister by quite a bit. She wasn't doing it either. Somehow, this boy, at I would say he was, I would say he was older than my sister at the time, or maybe a year younger, which was about 10, something like that. Apparently went out there, he must have got a sledgehammer or something. He must have found one and beat this piece of PVC pipe into the ground. And it took my grandpa everything he had to pull that damn thing up out of there. Anyway, I tell stories because it's Uncle Mike's story time. Anyway, I borrowed the game from them. I kept trying and trying and trying. Did not really understand the concept of RPGs at the time. Not to mention, this one was kind of cryptic and kind of, of its first of its kind, so it's going to be. And so I was really only ever able to get to, I believe, Elfland. I was never able to get past. Let's see, you got the first town. Um, I forgot. Then you go over where you get the ship from the pirate, and then you go down south to Elfland. And like trying to leave out of there, I just kept getting mobbed by the ogres, and I just could not figure out for the life of me, like, how do I get by here without, getting my ass kicked? And I realized, like, later on, the concept of kind of stepping out a little bit, kind of grinding, coming back, grinding, coming back. I didn't realize that RPGs usually are a marathon and not a sprint. So there was a couple of times over the last 2 decades, 2.5 decades. Well, it's actually been 3, probably almost, since I've touched the game initially, that I've tried and just either lack of interest, lack of time, this and that. So there she is. My white whale has been conquered. From the heart of hell I stab at thee. Anyway, now that I hit, I don't think that. Okay, yep, that's it. The buttons are unresponsive. So, thanks for sitting through that long story time, and sorry if I disappointed you guys to make it this far. That, yeah, I beat it like 20 minutes ago. It just started jawing. Anyway, it's the only thing too. Anyway, let me get out here and do the thing, and I will regroup and figure out what to play next. As far as my new, like, you know, taking bites at a time on it. I got a few ideas. I have found a translation of the original NES Famicom Final Fantasy II. I'm not sure if I want to jump right into another Final Fantasy title right away, but who knows? Anyway, yeah, just I'll keep you updated. I'll try to keep you updated in the community, or if you're in the Discord. So, let me get out of here and do the thing, and I will see you all later. This has been Conspicuously Incredible Gaming with your host, Mike. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all the things. It really helps. Also, check the links down below for the places I stream when I stream, as well as archive sites. There's Discord if you'd like to join it nonsense. There's Streamlabs and Cash App if you'd like to throw me $1 or 2, and if not, I appreciate you watching. And there's all the obligatory, credit where it's due. I got this from there, that guy helped, all that good stuff down there too, so check all that out. So that being said, thank you all for watching, take care, and have a good 4. Conspicuously Incredible Gaming is a conspicuously incredible production. Conspicuously incredible FiNALE.com.